On the news tonight, Osun residents commend Governor Adeleke on infrastructural development. Federal government reiterates commitment to wooing investors into the country. And coming from the foreign scene, Guinea's military junta suspend 3 main political parties. Good evening and welcome to Major Report. I am Kayode Adebayo. Better future awaits Osun State with the spate of developmental projects under the present administration. Governor Ademola Adeleke stated this during a Jumat service marking the 34th creation anniversary of the state. Sahid Adeboje has the details.
Osogbo Central Mosque, Ojaba Osogbo, was the venue of the symbolic Two-Rakat Jumat prayer, marking the 31st creation anniversary of Osun State. The Naibul Imam of Osogbo, Sheikh Maruf Ishola, led the congregation in the spiritual exercise. Addressing the congregation shortly after the prayers, Governor Ademola Adeleke congratulated Osun indigents on the celebration. Governor Adeleke, who spoke through his special advisor on special needs, Dr. Kamaldeen Adekilekun, traced the 34 years of the creation of Osun State and thanked Allah that the state is growing. The governor, who said that the vision of the founding fathers of the state are now coming to reality, explained that Osun is progressing in the areas of infrastructure, health, agriculture, education, and other sensitive part of government. He appreciated Allah, who he said is assisting his administration in all facets of governance, saying that his administration has more in stock for the development of the state.
Osun is progressing, Osun is moving, particularly, especially during the time of our respected, kind, emotional, good workaholic government, Senator Ademola Jackson Adeleke. You can see the difference everywhere, and that is why we see whether he has done it or not is what everybody can see. Sin is believing. The road is there, health is there, education from number 30 something to why to now number 7. It is not all about whether road, but we know the difference and the advantages of having the road. So now, governor in every sector he has excelled, and that is why he loves the people of Osun.
Earlier in his sermon, the Grand Imam of Osun State, Sheikh Musa Anema Shaun, who spoke through the Naibul Imam, Sheikh Maruf Ishola, implored leaders to always be wary of what their subject will say after them when they vacate such positions, hence the need for them to do good. According to him, history will not forget all those who have ruled Osun State in the last 34 years. He, however, appreciated the level of development brought to the state by Governor Ademola Adeleke, praying Allah that the state will not retrogress. For OSBC News, this is Sahid Adeboje reporting.
Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke has approved the dualization of old garage station roads to Ilesha Garage in Osogbo, the state capital. Special advisor to the governor on regional integration, Dr. Kamaldeen Adekilekun, announced this to newsmen after the Jumat service marking the 31st anniversary of the state. He called for the understanding of the people to make dualization projects a reality. He speaks.
Excellency knows the importance of Osogbo, the state capital, and that is why he has willingly approved the dualization of the inner road, the internal road from Station Road to the Relation Garage, and that is why you can see it's a top-notch government. Before the next couple of months now, you see the road will start. And he has asked you people to be patient, to cooperate with what is going to happen. The best is for us.
In another development, Governor Ademola Adeleke has been lauded for unprecedented achievements recorded in all sectors across the state. People's Democratic Party leadership in Oriade local government area of the state gave the commendation in Epetu Ijesha during the free medical outreach organized by Mr. Amos Lesomi in support of the good governance championed by the administration of Governor Adeleke. Sanya Onarinde has more on the story.
women and children converged on Ikwetu Ijesha Town Hall in Oriade local government area of Osun State to take advantage of Irorude free medical outreach powered by Mr. Amos Ilesami in recognition of the giant strides recorded by Governor Ademola Adeleke in all ramifications across the state. Beneficiaries of the free medical outreach were diagnosed and given free drug relevant to individual health challenge by Irorude medical team. The chairman, People's Democratic Party (PDP) in Oriade local government area, Prince Adenigbagbe Adewuyi, lauded Mr. Amos Ilesami for complimenting remarkable achievements recorded by Governor Ademola Adeleke.
The Imole outreach that happened here today is doing it purposely because to inform the able job, the kind of job that our governor is doing, to make sure people appreciate it.
A view equally shared by a party leader, Mr. Taiwo Adeyekun, who noted that the free medical outreach organized by Mr. Amos Ilesami in recognition of the outstanding performance of Governor Ademola Adeleke is pretty much heartwarming.
We were here because of a program of Ilesami for knowledge. Because in Oriade we are PDP governments, can't rule it out. And then Ikwetu Ijesha is one of the biggest towns in Osun State. And the Ikwetu Ijesha people, they are all, you can see all of us here now sitting down there. We appreciate what Ilesami did for Mole in Osun State.
In his remark, Mr. Amos Ilesami said he is inspired by the developmental transformation as well as the overall welfare of the citizenry unfolding under the leadership of Governor Ademola Adeleke.
Infrastructure is the best. Welfareism is the best. Construction, salary, and even employment. Numerous people have just been employed into Imole Corps and they are benefiting. Some people can now live on feeding themselves with the little money they are receiving.
Towards of the People's Democratic Party in Oriade local government area as well as from across the state, among who were the special advisor to the governor on political matter, Otumba Tunde Badmus, were on ground to lend hand of support. High point of the occasion was the commissioning of the People's Democratic Party's campaign office in Ikwetu Ijesha in ensuring continuation of the unfolding good governance exemplified by Governor Ademola Adeleke beyond 2026. Sanya Ononide reporting for OSBC News.
The federal government has projected a 20% growth rate for Nigeria's equipment leasing sector following a new partnership designed to strengthen asset-based financing across the country. The projection was announced by the Equipment Leasing Registration Authority after it formalized a collaboration with the National Collateral Registry to improve the registration and use of movable assets as security for loans. In a statement by the agency's head of media and corporate communication, Brooklyn Adebola, the partnership aims to foster a more secure and inclusive credit environment for businesses, particularly small and medium-sized enterprises. According to the registrar of the organization, Donald Wokoma, the initiative is timely and essential for creating an enabling environment where leased equipment can serve as credible security for financing in Nigeria. Wokoma disclosed that the leasing sector recorded 5.1 trillion naira in lease volume in 2024, with a 20% growth forecast for 2025, adding that sustainable financing would enable leasers to expand their operations and provide SMEs with essential tools for growth. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Adeleke, has said Nigeria is strengthening its position as a top global investment destination, welcoming returning investors and international partners back to its oil and gas industry with competitive incentives and a renewed commitment to collaboration. Dokubiri made the remarks in Abuja while receiving a delegation from an American independent oil and gas exploration and development company which expressed interest in re-entering Nigeria through the acquisition of Svenska's PSC interest in oil mining lease 145. The minister restated President Tinubu's interest in providing a conducive environment for companies that left Nigeria in the past, saying the federal government is ready to offer incentives comparable to the best available globally. He, however, assured that Nigeria's policies now provide clarity, fiscal stability, and investor-friendly frameworks that encourage long-term partnerships. Falco Energy's managing director, Peter van der Gruen, said the company sees Nigeria as a key investment hub and came back to invest in the country and develop the acquired assets. In the meantime, the federal government has partnered with a United States-based firm, U.S. Market Access Center, and the Imo State government to launch a nationwide mentoring program aimed at empowering Nigerian startups and boosting digital innovation. The initiative, modeled after Silicon Valley-style hackathons, aims to mentor 2,000 young entrepreneurs, nurture small and medium-sized enterprises into globally competitive companies, and create sustainable employment opportunities. Speaking at the pre-launch in Abuja, Special Assistant to the President on ICT Development and Digital Innovation, Tokoni Igoyin, said the initiative will equip Nigerians with the tools to build companies capable of operating within and beyond the country. He said the program aims to create opportunities for Nigerians, especially the youth, to start their businesses at the micro level and grow them into full-fledged companies. According to him, the present administration is focused on job creation and building globally competitive enterprises, noting that the government is providing support to young entrepreneurs. According to him, the project is designed to identify entrepreneurs with resilience and capacity to scale into high-growth ventures. He said the partnership with the United States Market Access Center represents a major milestone that is expected to make a significant impact on Nigeria's digital innovation ecosystem. In the meantime, the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria has recorded what it described as a historic milestone with the resumption of direct revenue collection at the cargo terminals of Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, after 15 years. FAN's Director of Cargo Development and Services, Lekan Thomas, said the move followed months of intensive stakeholder engagement. He explained that the placing FAN officers at the point of cargo release is not only a revenue safeguard but also a confidence-building measure for all parties in the cargo value chain. The airport manager, Olatokunbo Arewa, noted that the system was already yielding results as leakages that plagued revenue collection for years are now being addressed with greater accountability and a more transparent process. For the first time in more than a decade, FAN officials from the Directorate of Cargo Development and Services are now physically stationed at the cargo release points of the Nigerian Aviation Handling Company and Skyway Aviation Handling Company warehouses to collect accrued cargo charges in real time. In another development, the organized labor has warned that the federal government's plan to phase out electricity subsidies will worsen living conditions for millions of citizens and cripple businesses already struggling with rising costs. Acting General Secretary of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Comrade Benson Upa, in a chat with newsmen, emphasized the potential fallout from higher tariffs and devastating effects on both citizens and businesses. Amidst physical pressures, the federal government is pushing for reforms in the energy sector, including a significant reduction in electricity subsidies. It was recently reported that the Minister of Finance, Wale Edun, announced this after a recent cabinet meeting with details of a debt refinancing plan scheduled for completion within weeks. The initiative also includes targeted tariff hikes for large consumers, moves that the federal government expects will save over 1 trillion naira annually. According to Edon, the government will introduce a pay-as-you-go model for electricity consumers to end government-sponsored subsidies in the sector. However, the NLC sees the decision differently, stating that it will plunge millions of workers and their households into darkness, misery, distress, poverty, and resentment against the state. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi, has responded to speculations about the administration of justice under the current political dispensation in the country. He spoke on the sidelines of the 2025 Ministry of Justice top management retreat at the 4-Point Airport Epene, Akwa Ibom State. Fagbemi said, contrary to insinuations, he is not under any form of pressure from President Tinubu to drop charges against friends of the administration. According to him, the judiciary under the current administration respects the rule of law and has never allowed political consideration or sentiment to influence judicial actions and decisions. Citing some of the cases against high-profile Nigerians on which critics base their accusations, the AGF said those particular cases had no concrete substance against the people involved. He reminded the audience that the question of prosecution does not admit of weaponizing prosecution when the rule of law is being discussed. The AGF said departments, units, and directorates of the Justice Ministry have already been directed to align their priorities with established digital frameworks, such as the Federal Civil Service Strategy and Implementation Plan 2021 to 2025, the National Policy on Justice, as well as the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu. The Nigerian Air Force said its aircraft under Operation Hardin Kai neutralized over 35 terrorists in precision strikes following intensified efforts to dominate the battle space and deny terrorists freedom of action in the northeast. Director of Public Relations and Information Air Commodore Hene Ejodame disclosed that the terrorists had converged near the border in preparation to launch deadly attacks on troops' location before the aircraft were scrambled for the interdiction. According to him, following the operation, communication was re-established with ground troops, who confirmed that the situation around their location had been stabilized. He said the latest operation demonstrated NAV's unwavering commitment to providing close air support to ground forces while also disrupting terrorist logistics and movement corridors along the northeast border regions. The Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Azan Bala Abubakar, commended the professionalism of the air crew and reaffirmed that the NAV will sustain aggressive and intelligence-driven air operations to ensure the complete degradation of terrorist elements threatening Nigeria's sovereignty. In related development, the Chief of Defense Staff General Christopher Musa has disclosed that the federal government is working towards tracking and identifying the financiers of terrorism, which has continued to thrive in Nigeria for decades. The general revealed this while speaking in an interview with newsmen, saying the Attorney General of the Federation, the Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit, the Department of State Services, and the National Intelligence Agency have begun tracking terror financiers. He, however, noted that they have encountered some legal hurdles that have slowed down the process of revealing the identities of the terrorism financiers. The CDS compared the wave of insecurity in 2025 with that of the previous year and noted that there is a spike in the number of violent attacks in 2025 compared to the figure recorded in 2024. He attributed this to the preparations for the 2027 election, which is less than 2 years away, saying one cannot rule out the fact that some people are controlling the criminals to ensure there is no peace, thereby discrediting the governance. You are now welcome to our sports segment. A historic night of world-class boxing featuring former British, Commonwealth and European champion Dan Aziz will take place in Nigeria on Independence Day as Balmoral Group Promotions partners with AK Promotions to bring global attention to African boxing. The event, scheduled for October 1st in Lagos, will be broadcast live worldwide, marking a monumental moment for Nigerian sport as the country celebrates its independence with top-tier international boxing. CEO of Balmoral Group, Dr. Ezekiel Adamu, expressed delight to bring world-class boxing and the world's eyes onto Nigeria for the first time. According to him, the event is about more than just fight, but according to him, the event is about more than just fight, but about inspiring a new generation and showcasing the art of skill of Nigerian boxers alongside international stars. Aziz will return to the ring for what he describes as a bucket list bout to fight in Nigeria on Independence Day in a proud nod to his heritage. The main event will see cruiserweight contender Brandon Clampton seek revenge against Liverpool's Rocky Fielding after suffering a narrow defeat in their previous encounter. And now from the foreign scene, Guinea's military junta has suspended 3 main political parties, including that of former President Alpha Condé, for 3 months, ahead of an electoral campaign for a rewrite of the constitution. The move came as the main parties and civil society groups in West African nation ready to hold demonstrations from September to condemn what they see as a power grab by the head of the junta, General Mamadi Doumbouya. The order suspends the Union of Democratic Forces of Guinea led by former Prime Minister Sello Dale Dahalu and the Party of Renewal and Progress, adding that the parties have not fulfilled the obligations required of them. In a separate order read on state television, the junta also declared that the start of the election campaign period for the revised constitution had been pushed back a week to August 31st. The country's opposition has come out against the referendum on a new constitution organized by Doumbouya, who took power in 2021 when a coup toppled Condé, who had been president for 10 years. Doumbouya's military-run government has banned all demonstrations since 2022 and has arrested, prosecuted, or pushed into exile several opposition leaders. Meanwhile, the adoption of a new constitution could do away with that restriction in a country that has spent decades ruled by dictatorial governments. And with that story from the foreign scene, we conclude our major report on OSBC TV tonight. The bulletin was edited by Abdul at DBC. I am Kayode Adebayo. Thanks for watching and good night.